Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. This is the Quarantine Concert Series. I'm your host, Kabir Segal, and this is a very special show. It is show number 40. 40 concerts in 30 days. We've been at it. We've been busy. We've been chopping wood every single night. You can count on us. Sun comes up, sun goes down. You have a special concert for you every night, 10 p.m. Eastern, live. We're so excited to bring this to you every single night, 10 p.m. Eastern. And we also do weekend shows at 3 p.m. Eastern. We do matinee shows on the weekends as well. So we are here every single night. I'm broadcasting live from the ATL from Atlanta. Right there, the ATL. My parents' place. They are sleeping upstairs. But my mom told me today that she actually secretly watches, so she's not always sleeping. So, Mom, if you are watching, hi, I'm just downstairs, and I drank the last La Croix. Sorry about that. So, I want to tell you what's going on here and what we're doing. Right now everyone knows we're going through an international emergency, an international pandemic, and the remedy apparently is physical distancing, not social distancing, but physical distancing. So we're all kind of living alone, living in our own quarters, and all the gigs have gone away. All the musicians have lost their concerts, live events. I saw a report today that live events are canceled. Some events are canceled through 2021. And, it's really concerning to me because so many of my friends are artists and musicians, and this really affects people in the creative community who make a living by sharing their virtuosity with us. So, we started this concert series to put the spotlight back on the people who deserve it, and that's the artists. The artists give us their heart and body and soul throughout the year through their wonderful performances, and they entertain us. And now we're all going through a tough time. And as I said, it's the artists, the engineers, producers, promoters, managers, everyone involved in this ecosystem. So we started this concert series in earnest to put the attention back where it belongs on these incredible, gifted, and talented artists. So if you know someone who's in the creative community, reach out to them, send them some love, be there for them in this time of international emergency. All right, so that's why we're doing this. Number 2, where can you find us? Well, you can also find us on All About Jazz, because All About Jazz is a partner of ours, and they simulcast our concerts. So I want to thank Michael Ritchie, who started the website back in 1995. You can find anything jazz related there. If you're an artist, go create a page there. If you're a patron, go donate. And let's keep, we have to rely on each other during this moment. So we feature a lot of jazz artists on this broadcast, a lot of blues artists on this broadcast. So let's keep the love going. Thank you, All About Jazz, for your collaboration. All right. Where else can you find us? You can find us on the Facebook. You can also find us on Twitter. You can find us on the very delicious Instagram cracker. Goes nice with marshmallows and s'mores. You can make a nice s'more out of it. And also LinkedIn. LinkedIn, for you professionals out there who secretly want to be artists, this broadcast is for you. All right. Also on YouTube, subscribe everywhere. You'll get notified. You'll be the first to know. You'll be the first to know of the tens of thousands of people who are watching. We've been very, very heartened that 50, 60,000 people are watching our recent episodes, more than we ever expected. If you want to be an artist on the show, hit me up on Facebook or on Instagram. We do have a waiting list and now over 70 artists on the show. So I appreciate I've heard from a lot of my friends. I'm trying to get you all on as much as I can. But we're trying to be thoughtful and mix and match and bring to you some entertaining and incredible artists. And the common theme here is talent. There's a lot of great talented people, starting with the incredible artist tonight. And so for our 40th show, we thought, who should we bring on to commemorate the occasion? Someone who I've known for several years now, someone whose artistry is well, he is a Renaissance man. He's an incandescent, um, full of ideas, and he composes, he arranges, he's a teacher, man of many hats. That's why I'm wearing my hat, man of many hats. So I wanted to honor him with my hat right now, and I think for those of you who know, you know he's incredible. For those of you who maybe are seeing him for the first time, you're gonna be mesmerized by his performance and his ability to connect with audiences. Please welcome to the show the incredible Prasanna. Welcome.
Thank you, Kabir. Lovely to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Tell me first, Maestro, tell me, how has the quarantine affected you? Have you had to cancel many gigs? What's your current situation?
Well, just like every other artist, it's affected me quite a bit. Yes, I've had to cancel many gigs, many tours and stuff. Um, but I think I always think about how lucky I am. I'm alive, I'm fine, I'm safe with my family, um, and I'm still able to play my music and use it as a healing force. But my heart goes out to all the hundreds of thousands of people that have been really, really affected. And so um, I just, I just, I just feel we should all get this over with as soon as possible. And my prayers to all those who are really, really affected. I'm okay.
Yeah, it's a good way of looking at it. You're looking at the glass half full. I do want people to get a sense of the type of gig. So, where were you going to go on tour? Where are some of the places you were going to play? I want people to get a sense of the opportunity that's maybe not been lost, but perhaps postponed.
Yeah, I had something in California. I had a tour, and I had something in Salt Lake City. I had something coming up in April, which is going to become a tour in India. And then a few things here and there in May and stretching into June and stuff, which are all kind of hanging in the air right now. So, yeah, luckily, I was not in the middle of a tour of Europe or something like that. So, in that sense, at least I was in the country and I was not stranded somewhere else. So, like I said, I'm actually quite grateful for the position that I'm in. Although I have, I have been affected too in some small way.
Yeah, and I know you're an incredible educator. Have you been able to maintain your rigorous teaching, and how are you coping with? How are your students coping?
Yeah, that's like therapy for me now. It's always been therapy teaching, but now with all this, I think the human element is so much in your face now. So any chance that you could make any contribution to help someone, um, go through this phase, especially when you're armed with something like a gift like music from God. Um, yeah, so sharing it is a beautiful thing. I know it's not going to change a lot of things, but at least it's a small respite from all the incredible craziness that we are surrounding ourselves with.
I hear you. What would you like to begin your performance with tonight?
Well, maybe some Michael Jackson, Human Nature. I think, yeah, I think it's pretty appropriate. I'll probably combine it with something else. Let's see what happens.
Sounds good.
Just going to wing it, sort of.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't want you to stop. Keep going. That was really good. And I was grooving. We're all grooving. There's a lot of love coming from around the world. I can put some up on the screen here. Shirley Kaysen says wonderful guitar playing. You're getting, let's see here, some awesome from Sergio, awesome, wonderful version of that magnificent song. One question that always seems to come up, I'm getting it again, is people want to know, Prasanna, what kind of guitar are you playing right now?
well, regular Paul Reed Smith guitar with nothing changed.
How many guitars do you have?
Very less compared to what you may think. Probably about 5 or 6.
Okay, what are they? What's in the arsenal? I want to know what's in the arsenal.
I'm a very content person, so I've never thought about filling my room with guitars, although I'm very tempted to do that. So I just make do with a couple of PRSs. I have one Gibson Les Paul, a Steinberger, a couple of acoustic guitars, and that's it. Well, I
Yeah.
still have that from a long time ago.
What was your first guitar that you ever got?
The first guitar I ever got was a Fender Strat.
Okay, and you don't have that one anymore.
It's there
Oh,
somewhere.
gotcha. Somewhere buried deep. If you have a question for Prasanna, just ask it in the comments. I'll be sure to ask him and get him to opine. No question is off limits, of course, but he can always choose whatever he says. I want to ask you have such an incredible background, varied background. When you grew up in India, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What was
Sure.
what was the motivation to come to the U.S.? Why come to the U.S. to start a career?
I think probably Berklee College of Music, because I came to know about the school um, as a lot of my favorite musicians went there. Um, I think it was the urge to get deeper into jazz, and I was already playing Carnatic music. I was playing rock. I was getting into fusion jazz, a lot was going on, and I was very, very big. I still am into this band Steely Dan. I think that opened the doors for jazz for me, and then it was just a logical thing for me to decide to go and study music seriously, especially jazz and also classical music. So I figured I'll go and study in Berkeley.
I saw that you studied engineering initially. So was that a big change for you? Did your parents put any pressure on you? Wow, you're an engineer, you're going to go play music. Were there any questions of, do you really want to do this? Any pushback?
Nope.
Good.
They were just with me all through the ride. They was incredibly supportive.
Awesome. For a lot of people wondering, and I know you're such an expert and so proficient at Carnatic music. If someone's watching right now and they never heard of that type of music, how would you explain it? What is Carnatic music?
Well, Carnatic music is it's a classical music from India, from which kind of originated in the south of India. Now it's pretty international. Um, like anything else, it's a language. It's a particular language with a particular grammar, but then it's music. You know, they all kind of get connected somehow, and it has these inflections called gamakas, which are very specific. But so is it in blues, so is it in R&B, and in Hindustani music, in Persian music. So in a sense, it's kind of universal. But what makes it really interesting is that it's very well codified and it's well documented in terms of its scales, its rhythms and stuff. And so therefore it's instantly transportable to any form of music.
If someone's just starting out and listening to Carnatic music, what would you recommend them go listen to online? Is there some kind of source material that's sort of the typical, I don't know what to call it, not the Bible, but the Vedas of Carnatic music? What's the original source of this now?
Well, there are lots of texts, but they can be a little confusing. They can start with me for a start, and well, but I think like anything else, go and listen to the masters. I mean, there's so many incredible, great masters of the tradition, both in vocal and in instrumental. So I think just a Google search on Carnatic music will take you to a lot of places. I mean, it's just an ocean out there. And if I talk about a few artists, then I'll leave a lot of people out. I don't want to, but just incredibly amazing form of music with so many great artists.
Sure. Well, we'd love to hear something. What would you like to play next?
Um, well, maybe I'll invite my wife. She's right here. She's a wonderful singer.
Welcome.
So, since we talked about Carnatic music, maybe she can sing a Carnatic song, which
6 feet away at all times. Just kidding. Just kidding.
well,
Welcome to the quarantine concert.
can you make yourself seen a little bit more?
Aha.
Shalini, yeah, a little bit more.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Hi. Kya hal hai? Theek hai? All right.
Yeah. I'm just gonna tune up for just a second.
We'll tune up session.
Yeah, tune up. Not the Mind Davis one,
Yeah. Also a good song.
of course.
I think we lost you on Instagram. You might have to go back into Instagram and join my feed.
Yep.
And while we're
Hey.
setting up, I want to just give a hat tip to the tech team because every session sounds different, and there's no control switch on our side to kind of change the volume and stuff. So we want to give a compliment to the tech team and also who I'll talk about at the end, but also want to give a shout out to Prasanna, to both of you over there for working on the technology. I know it's not the easiest thing, but here we are. I appreciate you for your patience.
Thanks for having us, and it's a great blessing to share music with people in these times. That's for sure. So, what are you going to sing, Shalini?
This is a traditional Carnatic song, and it's an ode to the goddess of valor. I think courage is needed at these times, so it's called Jaya Jaya Durge, victory to Durga.
That's in Sanskrit, right?
Yes. And it's a 15th century composition.
So I'm going to make it a little bit more Led Zeppelinish.
Awesome. That was amazing. Dhanyavad. Awesome. We're getting a lot of great comments. Sunil says, great singing up on the screen. And Priya says, mesmerizing voice. So you're getting a lot of love from the internets.
Yeah, maybe we'll do one more song with her, something that I heard. It was there in my last record, All Terrain Guitar. I think, yeah, you have that record. It's a song called Song for the Wind. Very different kind of song from what you just heard.
Yeah. Bravo. Brava. Amazing. And, we're getting a lot of comments here saying this reminds them of the Terraza 7 concerts. Do you both play together at Terraza 7?
Yes, we've done about 53 concerts so far. The 7 is home for me, and I play there first Saturday of every month. So I'm really, really shattered at the kind of impact that this thing is causing, and I really, really hope. And I know Freddie very well. I mean, he's a fighter, and everybody at Terraza 7, I know them very well. I'm sure they'll bounce back, and we'll be back on track.
Yeah. And I know they love you too, and you're a great asset to that place. And I can't wait till the time to come see you live. It's a great club. You're an incredible artist. Thank you for blessing us with some of that artistry. I do have some questions for you, Prasanna.
Sure.
That are coming in over on LinkedIn. Scott says, "I really enjoy your album, Be the Change. You have some amazing bass players on that album. How was it playing with Victor Wooten and Alfonso Johnson, and how did you get them to play on the album?
Yeah, well, thank you, Scott. Yes, it's a very special album for me. I wrote a song. I think I'll play that after we talk. I wrote a song called Raga Bop to feature Victor Wooten for a show in India, and Victor couldn't make it, and I came to know Alfonso, and then Alfonso came and played the song, and he sounded great. And when we recorded the album, I felt like, well, I should have both these players. These are two of my favorite bass players, and so yeah, that's what it is. That's apart from Alfonso and Victor, we had Jeff Coffin on saxophones and lots of woodwinds. Jeff plays with Dave Matthews Band now. We had Derico Watson on drums. We had the amazing Ralph Humphrey on drums. We had Andy Suzuki on lots of reeds and piano, and of course Shalini on vocals. Yeah, it was a great experience. My first real album done in America.
Yeah. And when you play at Toronto 7, who's usually in your band? Now that we're talking about band personnel, who do you like to play with?
Well, so many people. I've been lucky to have so many people. That's what being in New York does to you. You get to know so many musicians, and you can never stop. Anybody, anybody that plays is so good. So yes, I'm really lucky. It's been veering towards some reasonably steady bands. I should point out the people that play with me a lot there. It's Mauricio Sartorelli on drums. He plays a lot with me. Manu Koch. Matt Giracti plays a lot on bass. Steve Jenkins, Panayotis Andrew. Harvey Wood plays a lot of drums. Alex Couts. But I've also had, a lot of other people play just 1-2 gigs. Santi DeBriano played a couple of gigs. Yeah, it's the whole. I would say the whole of New York, of course not, but
yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah, sampling of the greatness of New York.
Yeah, Arun on YouTube wants to know, when did you find out this fusion of styles would be your signature style?
I think when I was about 15 years old or something like that, I was doing a show somewhere or a school competition or something like that, and I was playing this. Eric Clapton, Cocaine. And then I started playing the solo, and I started. Something like that I started doing. And, it was kind of raw, but my first connection was Carnatic music and blues because of the fact that both are very vocal in its inflection. So I started noodling around with it. And and then I knew that I had to somehow bring all these different styles of music that I was playing on the guitar and kind of really work on my signature. And so that's, pretty early in my life, I should say.
Got it. Well, we love to hear another one, and there's a lot of interest in Raga Bop. Prasanna Sankar wants Raga Bop, and we have another +1 for Raga Bop. So that's what the audience seems to want.
Okay.
Well, it's an honor to be here. Thank you, Kabir.
Thank you.
Raga Bop.
She can sing, but I'll play it on the guitar today. Raga Bop. A bit fast for this time of the night, but hey.
What are you spraying on your guitar?
Yeah. These guys have to give me an endorsement. They still haven't. It's called Finger Ease. It's, it just makes it a little easier.
Got it. They love Raga Bob, I'm telling you. I'm gonna put Prasanna up on the stage, see? This clip goes on for about an hour, so get comfortable right there. I'll just keep going. Everyone just keep commenting. We'll keep doing this. The rest of the show will just be us applauding. Let's see how well Prasanna can respond to applause. Yeah, keep going, everyone. Keep on showing them the love.
Wow.
Can you feel the love tonight?
I do. Thank you.
Good. Oh, here we go. So we got some more. Brett, that was only one clap. If you give more claps, it'll go longer. There's a correlation between emojis and length of clap. So if someone rocks 100 claps, we got to be here for at least 100 seconds. That's how it works. All right. Some questions coming in. So, what is your philosophy on education? Because I know you're an incredible educator. You have many students. What is your philosophy and what makes a good educator?
My philosophy is that everybody should be taught to play like a pro from day one. That's it. That means get into the nuances of music, everything. I think people are so intelligent. Civilization has become more intelligent now, I guess. And with all the tools available, there is no point in insulting intelligence of students. I think we just need to just think that they are magic. To me, they are magic. You just have to be the catalyst and they do it.
So how do you do that? How do you teach them like as a professional? Do you have a system? Do you have a methodology that you work through? Do you have the Prasanna list of exercises, especially playing music in your particular way? No one I know plays like you. So how do you convey that in a regimented fashion?
Well, with my students, it's an extreme degree of customization. So I don't have any methodology, and I have no idea what I'm getting into. Like, I would be doing a Bartok string quartet analysis with the student, and right after that, I would be like teaching a Carnatic Kriti someone, and then I might be doing a basic circle of fifths with someone else, and so I think it's an incredible gift to be able to share your music with people and to get something out of them. Um, Beyond that, I think, to me, I also look at my students as friends, especially kids. I have students who are like 10 years old. My youngest student who was studying with me at one point was 1.5 years old. And
Wow.
we're so insistent that he studies with me, and I don't know. We made it work, So, um, and the other way around, I have a lot of older people, working people. Whichever way it is, I just learn a lot from them, and I think it's just that it's a human thing. I think once you connect on a human level, everything else is just a matter of technicalities, and I don't think it's a big deal.
Right. One of the things that I enjoy learning about you, and I knew about this, but in rereading about you, was your incredible knack for composition and arrangement. And so, when did you were you always a player first and then composed, or when did you pick up the composition or the knack for composition?
Well, I've been composing for a long time. From the time I was in high school, I had a TV show. I think when I was in my ninth grade or 10th grade, for which I wrote 2 songs and had my band play it. So I've felt composing comes, uh, believe it or not, more naturally sometimes than playing guitar. So it's never been a real process. And of course, I should say I have worked on it, and I've studied. I went to Berkeley. I did composition. I've studied with a lot of people other than that, and um, I've I've spent a lot of time analyzing a lot of works from Ravel to Duke Ellington to Steve Coleman to a lot of music. So I think it's not been a struggle for me to compose music, and I'm truly blessed and lucky.
Amen to that. What would you like to perform next for us?
Oh, let's see. Maybe one of my maybe I'll get over to the Carnatic side. Maybe I'll play a traditional Carnatic song. It'll be uh, something new for many of your uh, folks in your community.
Yeah, for the audience.
I'll play a song in a raga called Shanmugapriya.
You know the drill at home. I want to see the emojis. I want to see the applause. I want to see the fire. Let's get some fire to Prasanna. Never gets old. How about that, huh?
Thank
It's
you.
like Terraza. I wish you could see everyone, but you're putting a lot of love into the world, and everyone's here cheering you on. I want to ask you, what do you have coming next? I know everything's kind of on hold in a way, but do you have any recording projects, or what are you trying to do next with your career musically?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of 3 albums right now with my students. One is an incredible singer-songwriter called Shruti Venkat. We finished most of her songs, and we're in the mix-down stage. She's incredibly talented. I always think she's the next Adele. Let's see if that is. But amazingly talented singer-songwriter with a lot of great New York musicians. And also my other student, Shyam Kannan, who's also in high school now, who's doing incredibly gifted guitar player, um, and he's doing an album mixing metal, death metal, thrash metal with Carnatic, and we've already recorded two incredible musicians, his favorite musicians, Chris Adler, the drummer for Lamb of God and Megadeth, um, and a lot of other musicians that are going to be there. So that's Sham's album. And also my other student, this kid is incredible. He's 14 years old. Neil Nair. He plays 107 instruments, and he holds the world record for the highest number of instruments that anybody plays. So
Wow.
an album with him where he's going to feature all his 107 instruments, and I'm producing that. Um, and a lot of other records are in the pipeline. I've put a few of mine on hold so that I could focus some of my incredibly gifted students and get some of their records out. And I'm enjoying this new life as a producer. But before you know, I'm sure I'll have one of my records. So,
Welcome to the dark side, producing. No, I know
yeah,
you.
right? No.
Yeah, exactly. No, I thoroughly enjoy producing, and I'm glad you're there as well because so many great artists should be able to collaborate with you, and I know they are. We have time for one last song. What would you like to conclude with, Maestro?
Well, a little prayer that I composed a while ago, and it's also the title of my new album, which is a compilation album. It should come out sometime. This is a song called "Bowling for Peace," and I think it's a great way to, uh, you know, keep us in the somber mood of what's going on today, and it's more like a prayer. So before that, I want to thank you, Kabir. It's awesome. We've known each other for a long time, and yeah, you're awesome. And that was a cool bass solo. I checked it out today, and
Oh,
yeah, and
thanks.
well, it's great that you're wearing all these many hats, supporting the musicians, and yeah, happy for our friendship. So,
Likewise.
and thank you so much to the fabulous audiences and everybody for tuning in. And I'm really, really, really happy to share some music in these times.
One more plug. Check out his website, guitarprasanna.com. You can see photo, videos, music. Please go to his Spotify, check out his music on there or any streaming platforms. Buy his music. If you want to learn how to play the guitar like him, tough chance, but you can try to take some lessons and start. Even if you're an 18-year-old, 18-month watching this show, you really shouldn't. You should be sleeping. But if you're 18 months old, he takes beginners, and I mean beginners of life. And so just hit him up, and hopefully I'm sure he'll look after you. And this is a great master. I encourage everyone just to kind of check out his discography because I say never ending in a good way. It's an amazing Pandora's box of the sounds and clusters of amazing ideas. So, all right, over to you, Prasanna. Dude, you killed that. All right.
And thanks to my wife Sharani for joining me and in the music, and thanks to a lot of people. But I also want to thank my agent Sarayu Chandrasekhar. She's there. You've been seeing her here.
Thank you. Cool. We got a quick sign off. Thanks to Sandra and Camilo, soundworksrecording.com. They're amazing people. Thank you for joining. We're back 10 p.m. Eastern every night. See you tomorrow. The great Jane Bonet.